Under the watchful eye of this owl, Glenn began his big day of cleaning up farm equipment, including the swather and the baler. Welcome to Glenn and Ed's Cow Emporium, and Glenn's itchy and scratchy day getting the barley straw and dust off the equipment.
So there's the old versatile swather. And there's another one just like it, only it's in the transport position for going down the road. That was our first one. We used it for 30 years. And then a few years back, we managed to find this sucker here for 400 bucks. It's exactly the same, so you can take wheels and guards and belts and everything and swap them over, and it doesn't take long to recover your $400 and you're using an old swather to keep the new one going. Basically a tire and a belt pretty well takes care of that. So although it's old, it keeps the costs of running it down pretty good. Anyways, we're done working with it for this year. So what we're going to do is take the canvases off, which are those black things with the slats there. And we're going to put those into storage in the shed after they dry out. And I'm going to take the guards there, and we're going to blow all the weed seeds and straw and bits of stuff off of there. And we're going to do that in any of the spots where the straw might accumulate, because the water will sit there every time it rains and it won't get a chance to dry up, and that'll rust. All those bolts in there will rust up solid. So just clean it up with a screwdriver and give it a shot with the air hose and call it good for the winter. She's ready to put away for the winter, and we'll use her again next year. So that's what I'm up to this morning. It's just in little places like this, nooks and crannies, where the stuff likes to sit. You just give that a little hit to loosen it off. You don't want the stuff collecting anywhere where it's going to stay wet. All we got to do is knock it loose a little bit so that when the air hits it, it's all ready to go and it'll blow away. It's nice if you can do this on a really windy day. Places like up in here too. That'll get all rusty if you don't keep it cleaned out. Alright, so I got everything scraped off. I'm going to take the air hose and blow everything off. Wasn't worth loading the generator and the air compressor in the truck, so I just got a nurse tank with a little bit of air in it. And might have to go back for one more tank of air, but it's a lot easier than loading everything in the truck and bringing it down. So I'll do that now. I got most of the loose stuff blowing off of there now. I'm going to have to go back for another tank of air, but I can see the stuff that I missed scraping first time around. We'll get that taken care of. You see there's just a little bit there, but if you don't get that off, all those bolts will rust on there solid, and then when you go to change them, they'll just twist right off in a few years. Out here at the baler, gonna knock a bunch of the straw off it and stuff, blow it off. I'll try and knock the most of it off out here in the field so it doesn't make a big mess in the yard, and then we'll take it into the yard and blow the rest of it off with the air compressor over by the shed. Just gonna point out pickup teeth there. You're baling straw, it's just amazing that you don't have more trouble than you do with things catching on fire. Every once in a while a baler will catch on fire, and or bearing will go, or something will get jammed in there and get things hot and it'll start something burning. Sometimes you can drop 1 or 2 bales before you even know you've got a problem and they're on fire up behind you. You can't see behind you very good. Anyway, at night, these little pickup teeth, they're steel, and you don't see it during the day, but when you're baling and you stop and you roll up a bale and there's a rock on the ground, those little guys will smack the rock and you can just see sparks just a-zinging off them. And why we don't have more trouble with that when it's hot and dry, I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna open it up. It's pretty messy inside from last day of baling straw in the wind, so I'll get her knocked off and pull it in the yard and finish it up. Ah, it must be a Canadian invention. Hockey stick, or a stick with a piece of hay wire stuck in the end, will do a lot to keep you out of the dust. Now on to the other side.